Module 24 Import access to SQL Server. Before we get started, I just want to say thank you for watching this video. Be sure to check out our other how-to videos from this channel. Also, subscribe and share. It will be helpful for the channel. In this tutorial, I will show you how to easily import MS Access database to SQL Server. We will also need to update the primary keys for each table. There are two requirements for this task, one being the SQL Server, and if you don't have one, you can get a free version from Microsoft.com. Also, you will need SQL Server Management Studio. You will need this one to administer the database. Let's open up our SQL Server Management Studio. All right, let's open up our Management Studio. Now, if you don't see this Management Studio, you might have to type in SQL and you'll see SQL Server Management Studio here. Double click on that. Hopefully you have this guy installed on your PC or laptop. And here is the instance. Now, if you have a multiple copies of the of your instance, then you might have to select one of the ones that you want to use. All right. I only have one installed, and I'm going to select the one that I have installed here. Connect. Let me go back to the connection here. Let me go back to connection here. Notice here I forgot to mention. Make sure you select the Windows authentication. All right, it's going to use your login window. Okay, so however you log in, that's what it's going to use. All right, so select Windows authentication. All right. Let's there are two databases that I have restored from Microsoft.com. All right, and we use some of these records in our CMS. All right, records such as the products and the customers. So in order to import the Access CMS or project, we are going to have to create new database. All right, so let's right click on that, new database. We're going to name this guy CMS. All right, there will be two files, one for the database, that's for the database right there, and this is the log. All right, log file. So every database in SQL will have a log file. That is to keep track of what you do against this CMS. All right, so let's okay, and it's created right here on the left hand side, and with blank tables, no tables, and certainly no views. All right, so this is very easy process. All right, to import, you just right click on the database you just created, go to tasks, and then down to import data. So here the wizard starts. Just follow the wizard. Now it asks to choose the data source. In our case, we're going to choose the Microsoft Office. All right. So there are the couple of ways to connect. These are connection strings, by the way. If you don't know, although it doesn't type, you don't see the connection, the string of the connection, but it's a type of connection string. All right. So we are going to use the OELDB right here. All right. So Microsoft.h.oeldb. Double click on that, and it asks for where's your database. So we are going to browse to select our database, and if you go through the module 23 fixed apostrophe, that's the latest one that I uploaded. So we're gonna go in there, we're gonna use that database. All right. Now you don't see anything. That's because, yeah, you don't see anything. That is because of this guy right here is defaulted to MDB. Now the MDB is version 2003 and earlier, if I'm not mistaken. All right, 2007 it started to use the ACCDB. All right, so to see all database, select all files. These are the newer version extension. All right, newer version extension starting from 2007 and up. So double click it, and we're gonna click on the next. And now it says, where do you want this database to go to? So we are going to select the Sql Server, which is way down here. Choose the Sql Server native client. All right. So on the very bottom, you'll see Sql Server native client. Click it, and then it recognizes my instance. All right. So also use the use Windows authentication, and then the database is selected. All right. If that's not the database, you can select it down here. And currently we have 3 databases: the AdventureWorks and the Light and the CMS. These are also databases, but at databases to work with these databases, all right, just such as add, delete, and all that, it's being manipulated by these 4 items. All right, so you don't want to go in there, don't want to modify it. Just leave those 4 alone and don't touch it. Okay. So, but we got this CMS that we just created. Let's click next, and then keep the default selection. All right, which is the top selection. Copy data. Next, and here we see the list of tables and queries from All Access CMS. You see there. We are not interested in the queries. We're going to leave the queries alone. We don't want to import them. We just want to import the tables. All right, right here are the tables. So select them. I think there are 14 of them. So select all the tables, and we're going to double check. All right, make sure we don't select query. We are going to manipulate the queries inside of Access later on. All right. Right now, we just want to get the tables in here, and click next. All right, and here it shows you what the wizard is going to do. The wizard is going to change the varchar to nvarchar. All right, these are the source type. These are the destination type. So the date time, it's going to go to date time. Anytime you see varchar, it's going to change to nvarchar. All right. Short is the integer, and this is a small integer. The long is called nvarchar, long text. All right. All right. Let's continue. Click next, and run immediately. Actually, if you click next, it's going to show you the steps and it's going to do. So just starting from the table 1, it's going to copy and create new table for you. All right, see there, new target table will be created. All right, let's finish. Shouldn't take too long. It should be real quick and fast. Bam, 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 and done. Perfect. No error. That's excellent. All right, and let's continue. Close it. And here, if we come in here, we're going to have to refresh these tables. All right, right click, refresh. There, we've got all tables. All right. Now there's one more thing that you need to do in these tables. All right. First, for each of these tables, let me show you what you need to do. In the design mode right here, go to design. As a matter of fact, before we do that, let's I want to show you something. Let's go to new query here. I'm going to show you something. If you select, oops, let's look at the first table. See the activity, so it knows what we're looking for, and just click it or just tap it. All right, and let's take a look. So these right here and these right here are the text fields. Okay, we will need to change those number of characters inside of them. All right, if you notice right here, our grid is not 255 characters long. Similarly, the start time and end time is not that long. All right, so we want to make sure the maximum number jives with our string. All right, now this text activity, this is long text, this is okay. All right, that's okay. So we are going to change these numbers. Now I know the grid always has 36, so I can just go ahead and put in 36. That's the grid. All right, and this start time and end time, we know there are start time and we know there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So the maximum number of characters in the start time and end time is 11. We can go ahead and do 11 here. All right. This is important when you design your database. This is very important. Now, working small number of records, that's not going to, you're not going to see anything. But if your tables grow to millions of records, you will see that, you will see the improvement. All right. But with small numbers, it performs pretty fast. All right. Now for some of the fields, string fields, and some other fields, when you don't know the number of characters, here's how you validate. All right, let me show you how to get the number, and I'm gonna get the end time. Oops, in there you go, end time, and this one's going to be length. All right, so I'm going to say add number of character T, and then right here you want to type in E. Similarly, you want to type in E back behind it. Now you don't have to type in this S. All right, so but I'm just going to type in something in here. That's good enough. So if you take a look, you see there, the 36 for the grid and 11, that's the max for the end time. All right, so the start time and end time are the same, so make sure you change both of them, which we did here. Okay, all right, so that's what you would do. Okay, so you would let's go to the next one, activity type. All right, and now activity type is the integer, so that doesn't matter, but activity name here, I think these names are a little too long. I'm pretty sure we just want to get 128 is good enough. Yeah, 128 is good enough. Activity name, all the product name and all that. 128 is pretty long enough. All right, you don't want to write a story for the title of the product or category. So that is my normal standard. My standard is if it's a name like so. I'm going to change this guy to 36. If it's the company name like so, I just want to get 128. That's it. That's my standard. Similarly, the street address, you don't go too, yeah, 128 is good. All right. City is the same way. I just reduce it to down. State province. I don't see a state province to go even more than 30. All right. So let's do 36. Similarly, zip code here. All right. Zip code here. Now zip code could have up to 11 number, depending on how you save your zip code. Some have zip code as for example 27124. That's 5 dash. This is the postal number. 1 2 3 4, or maybe even 5. For instance. All right. So that's how you would count. Then you got 4 on top here, 5. So that's 10 characters. You might have even might be even 11. So, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to put this guy as 15 to be safe. This is a good habit, by the way. Now, telephone number. We know the telephone number in all CRS is 10 characters. All right. So you can go ahead and type in 10. And the reason why, 10. And the reason why it's 10, let me show you. All right. You got 3 error code. All right. For example, these are the error code. You got first 3 digits and then last 4 digits, like that. And that's 10. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. All right. So we are safe with the same as the facsimile. All right, facsimile. Now, if your country conforms to a new number, maybe your country takes on 15 numbers, you're gonna write 15. All right, make sure that this is based on USA. Okay, this is based on USA. So the slogan here, I'm going to reduce it down to 128, and then the rest is okay. Save. Oh, by the way, let's make this guy a primary key. I don't think we need to make that guy primary key. All right. Now, if you want to, if in the future you want to develop the application against the SQL Server and want to have this guy automatically create a new ID for you, here's the default one. All right, that's the default value. So all you have to do is type in new ID parentheses. That's it. All right. And so now in our database, we can skip the create grid. All right. We created grid because I created that function is because the access. All right. So, but here, access does not have the ability to create grid. So, right, but this guy does. All right. All right. Let's go back to activity here. I'm going to make this guy a primary key. See there, and then default, just in case in the future. All right. Just in case in the future, it's a good habit when you define everything the way you want, then you don't have to worry about it. All right. With the company, now let's do customer. Let's change the length of the characters, 36. Oops. 36. Customer number, remember this one right here? We already know the size of it. All right. So, but I'm going to give it a 15 just in case. Just in case. All right. Company name, that's 128. Salutation. This is a couple, this is like a Mr., Miss, Mrs., Doctor, Sir type. So that would probably be 3 characters. And then this first name, same here. 30 is good. All right. Any name goes above, beyond that, it's beyond my imagination. The streets the same way. I think we use 30 here as well. So let's conform to 30. City, let's go to 30. State province, what do we use over there? State province. What do we use for this guy for state province? Oh, not there. Company. Right here. Let's take a look. State province. 36. Alright, let's do 36. I know it was different. And zip code here is 10. Telephone here is also 10. Oh, wait a minute, the zip code, what was it? Did we use 15 or 10 zip code? Gotta remember this one, zip code. 15, that's what I thought. So, alright, try to remember that now. Alright, let's make this guy a primary key. And this number right here is also a GUID. Alright, so we're going to type in new GUID. Save. And exit it out. Let's go to the next one. Month name. I think month name here is just we don't have to change anything other than this month name right here. That's outrageous. That's too I think 25 is good. Alright, month name, or even 20. Alright, and then change that to ID to primary key. Alright, let's go to order. We're almost done, by the way. It's not that big a deal when you have little numbers like this. It's not big a deal. Set that to primary key. Change that to 36. See there. I do this because it's a habit. If you this order number, what did we give the order number for the customer? If you do this on daily basis, you just 15. Okay. It's a good habit. All right. Just remember, it's a good habit when you do this. Now the memo shouldn't get that far. All right. Just make 128 is good enough. And right here, let's get back to this one. Select the record selector down here, new ID. All right. You have to if you don't put, see how I hit enter and I didn't put the parentheses, it's going to create new ID as a word, new ID every time. Don't want that, right? So we just want to be careful. You gotta put that parentheses. That means it's a function. That means get new ID. Alright, so that's that. Let's save that, close it out, and just go to the new one. Order detail. Order detail here. This guy is the order 36 primary key, and go ahead and type in new ID with parentheses. This order ID here also, remember, anytime it says ID in our coding standards, anytime it says ID, it's either GUID or integer or the number. All right. The product number here. Now product number here, I think we conform to this guy. All right, 15. Remember, we've got our function to create a product number. And product name, that would be 128. Done with that, save, close, I'm leaving that so I don't have to keep opening if I need it. Now this guy and this guy are the same. All right, this guy and this guy are the same. This one is used for creating new orders. All right, you won't see any records in here unless you are in the order. You are making an orders or creating new orders. So let's do that. It should be the same as what we did there. 36, 36, 15 member, 125, 128 right here, and then we forgot new ID. All right, and save. Close it. Product, we almost done, by the way. I think I said that like a minute ago. Set primary key 36. Yeah, this you would have to do this. All right. So now, if you want this to define in here in an access, you have to give it the link. All right. In an access. So maybe I'll show you. As a matter of fact, I might show you now. I think product name 128. Oops. 128. Did I think I took out the open parentheses. And the rest is good. All right. The rest is good. And this is product, new ID. Now for all application, we're not going to concern with new ID in here. All right. But just in case you develop the application, you can have SQL Server create a grid for you, just like I showed you there. Well, you know what? I'm going to give you a demonstration, I guess. Let's take a look at this. All right, I'm going to show you that the new grid is going to be created. All right, so all right, check this out. Insert into activity, and then I'm going to leave this activity ID out. All right. Now, unlike our access application, we have to identify the activity ID. Here you don't. All right. And let's see, activity date. You can do system sys date time like so and parentheses, or you can just do this, or date. Oh, get date. My bad. Get date. That's it. All right. So you can do that, and then the time. The time you can. I thought it was parentheses. I think it's a parentheses, and you can say get date parentheses. Get. I'm gonna show you. Get date, because we got start time, end time here. All right. So there, and then activity type 1, text, complete, no, like so. And here you can just say test. Is it not? Oh, okay, no parentheses. All right, I think it's sys time. Let me see. Yeah, it's I want to see something. Sys date time, get date. See that? See that? Parentheses. So this is the same thing. All right. I thought it was a parentheses. I don't know why it gave us the my bad. My bad. Let's do this. That would be values. All right, my bad. That's why. So we want to say this would be yeah, activity date. Yeah, I know why. My bad. Let me show you why. So this would be, that would be activity date, like so. Start time, end time, activity type, ID, activity text, completed. Alright, and then you say values. My bad. There you go. Alright, so I was ahead of myself. I was anxious to show you this get date and sys date time. Alright, these two are the same. Alright, it's just however you want to get it. Okay, so if I insert this guy without the activity ID right here, it will create one for me. Let's try that, see if it does. We have non-records. See, one row affected. That means we created one at this time. All right, now let's take a look. We should have 10. This is a new one right here. You see that? It says test. You know how I know? Because of that. All right, because of that, and it conforms to the same number of characters, and that's how. Oh, you know what? I forgot to change this guy, but doesn't matter. But yeah, I forgot to say. Now we're gonna create another one. We formatted the start time and date. Or you can just type in. Well, this one I'm gonna say. This one I can say like this. I can just manually type it in. 8 a.m. and here I can just say end time. Format. See there, like so, and then I can say I think I can say date and time. Hold on just a second here. Is it date or time? I wonder if I can say this. Let's see what that one does. Yeah, let's see what this one does. TT. Oops. TT. Does it have TT? I wonder if, let's see what it does. AM. So what if we say HH MM SS there? Look at that. See there? So you can do that. All right, that's how you format the time. Put it like there, and then insert. Another one created. We should have it 11. There you go. So here's another test. See there? You conform to what we did. All right. So you can do that. Okay. So now I'm going to delete those two. Delete from activity where activity ID in, and then I know there are two of them. I'm going to copy this guy, put in there, copy that guy, put in there, select it, the 2 rows affected. So now they're all back to, the table is back to where it was. All right. Okay. Well, that's a quick demonstration of the new grid. All right. So if you have this and you implement this, that's how you're going to get it. Okay. So just remember that. All right. Let's continue with our product category here. 36. So that's what I'll be doing as I move along, as I make video. If I see something that is useful for you guys, all right, I will talk about it. All right, here's a number. This is 15, and I think the number is, number is 15. Name is 128. Yeah, if I see something that is that's good. Worth of mentioning, I will talk about it. All right, and I will share what you need to know in becoming a good programmer, a coder. All right. Now this is a reference. This reference is a many to many relationship. So what we need here is 36. 36, and then select both of them, all right, and right click, save, close that out. This one is also this is the same as this guy, except this guy is for the orders. All right, remember, if you don't have orders, you won't see this in here. So we'll go ahead and put this guy in there, 36, 36, 15, 125, 128. There. All right, and select this, and you don't have a default here because that derives from other tables. Okay, forgot to select primary key. Select save. Yeah, there's no default here because these come from the product table and category table. All right, so all right, we're down to 2. We're almost done. Primary key 36, new ID right here, product ID 36, image file path, small image file path 128. I think that's long enough for your file path. If it's longer than that, that too beyond my imagination. All right, so save. Last one, and in the next video we are going to be doing a link table from the front end to this guy, and that way we can administer all. We can use this guy as our backend database. All right, customer number, that's 15, order number 15, and then memo 128, and that's how you design. Oh yeah, that's how you design your database. All right, so if you would do hand type this in or code it in the SQL statement, you would define this guy like so. All right, you would define this guy like so. All right, and think that's that. I think that's that. Yeah, we can go ahead and close that down. But that's how you import MS Access database to SQL Server. All right. So stay tuned to the next video. We are going to link these tables to our front end using a linked table feature. All right. Happy programming. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe, like, share, and hit that bell. And also comment below, and if you need help, inbox me. Thanks again.